Yes, yes, I can clearly hear you.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the first day of Selenium training with C Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you are new to Selenium, or maybe you are working on a Selenium project, or maybe you want to clear interview. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we will be going in a very systematic manner and covering
Mm-hmm.
each and every aspect of the Selenium. Okay,
Okay.
now don't worry about your knowledge regarding Selenium, as we will cover each and every topic in a systematic manner. Okay, we will learn C sharp, then learn Selenium, and cover each topic. Now, to learn Selenium, we have actually got three phases. First one is you need to understand C sharp. You need to learn C sharp. Then you need to learn Selenium. And in order to learn Selenium, you must have a knowledge of grid and unit, Jenkins, and lots of other things, which we will actually learn while learning Selenium. And don't be afraid of this term, as I will be telling you each and every topic in detail. And in the end, you have to learn how to build a framework, end-to-end framework, as there are various types of frameworks like data-driven, hybrid, page object model, spec flow. Choose any one. You need at least 1 month to learn. But data-driven is more is the easiest and most effective. Okay. Now
Okay.
we will all discussing them one by one. Now, before we actually jump onto training, let us take a few questions which are being asked by many people, that what is selenium? So for that, if I go to their official website, which is selenium.dev, they have simply written over here that Selenium automates browsers. That's it. Selenium is actually used for automating web browser. And one important thing to note, that it is not at all used for automating the desktop application, which is a very important interview question, that it doesn't support desktop application. Okay. Now, as far as browser are concerned, it supports all browsers. You can say Firefox, Chrome, Explorer, Safari, every browser it supports. As a tester, you must have a knowledge of any programming language in order to learn Selenium. Now, in the training, we will cover 21 modules, as we are going for Selenium C Sharp training. We will cover around 21 modules. In every module, there are content available.
Okay.
I simply say that the Selenium training will give you an overview about all the topics which are required in order to learn Selenium WebDriver. All topics will be covered in the training. Okay. Now, another question is that will you cover some live projects and frameworks, and we will be cover all the frameworks in the coming training. Sorry.
Okay.
It will be an end-to-end implementation on a live application. You will know how to generate reports, how to email the reports in the end, how to add screenshots in the project, how to run test cases on grid, how to implement your test cases on Jenkins server. Everything will be discussed. Now, another question that I want to use Selenium in my project. Can you help? The answer is yes. We will be helping you out in your project. We have a team here which can help you. Also, we have a query resolution form here. You can post your query here and we will revert back there. Now, coming back to our next question, that how much C sharp is required. In our first part of training, you will see that with- in the first part, you will see that the C sharp concept till this module. These all are C sharp concepts, and we will be covering each and every topic in detail. And it is more than enough to require to learn Selenium. Mostly people which are coming to us to learn Selenium doesn't know C sharp. They are coming from manual background. So don't worry, you will learn C sharp with Selenium. And many people think that they know Selenium, but actually they don't know much about Selenium. You have to know C sharp or any other programming language to learn Selenium WebDriver. You will have to give some time in order to learn Selenium. Now, next question is that I want to learn Selenium and clear interviews. Well, to learn Selenium, it requires 2 weeks. But if you want to learn Selenium professionally and then build project by yourself, it will take around 6 to 8 weeks. It takes time. And after training, you will learn Selenium, but it will take time. We will give you lots of practice exercises for C sharp and Selenium that is going to help you a lot for learning C sharp and Selenium. Now, another question that how tough is Selenium? This is the most questions asked by students. It is very easy. And the thing is, which we covered in these 7 modules is more than enough to learn Selenium. Now, it is very easy, but it requires time. You planted a plant today and also you want food someday, same day, it can't be done. Okay. Now, another question is that how much time required to learn Selenium? I already told you that it will take some time. In order to have a brief knowledge of Selenium to clear interviews, the same way this picture shows that it will take some time, but if you complete the training, then only you can achieve it. Okay, now for installing Visual Studio, we will go to the official website, which is Visual Studio www.microsoft.com, and here in the download section you need to download community version of Visual Studio. This version is free of cost. It is an open source IDE that can be used by you in order to learn C Sharp, and this is more than enough for the testing point of view. I I already installed my compute in my computer, so I will go to Visual Studio 2022, the latest, and okay, now I will create a new project, and for study purpose, I will create a console app which is in C Sharp. Okay, and name it as console app 2, console app 1, yeah, module 1, anything, whichever way you like. Name it as console application 1, as we are in the first class. So, and use .NET 8.0 long-term support and then create. Right now, I'm not telling you how to write code for Selenium. What I'm teaching you is C Sharp. First of all, what is C Sharp? Basic concepts of C Sharp, roots of C Sharp, so that it will become easy for you to write Selenium code in C Sharp. First, we will discuss our basic question, or most our question, that why we need to learn an unit. Why we need to learn an unit, why an unit is required while we talk about Selenium with C Sharp. To understand, let us take an example. Like, now in this, some Selenium scripts are running, and when we work on Selenium project, what are the requirements? Like, read the data from Excel file, read the data from Excel file, and or you can say that XML file. Okay, and you need to generate reports and as well the reports can be in HTML or XLT report, or can be any other report, or you want to take some screenshots or you want to schedule some tests, or and here some Selenium scripts are running, which can be parallel or any other. Sorry. So, and you want to generate logs as well. Now, what are logs? You want to know that what happened each and every moment in your framework or many other requirements are there which can be added in any framework. While we talk about Selenium, actually we talk about Selenium scripts. Sorry. Just writing Selenium scripts which will run one after another or just run parallel will not serve the process. That is why
Okay.
we learn an unit.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, hold for a minute.
Hello.
So, yeah, are you there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So these all things are done by an unit. Whether you say that I have to read the data or
Mm-hmm.
I have to generate reports
Mm-hmm.
or I have to take screenshots
Mm-hmm.
or I have to run my scripts. It may be parallelly or like anyone else. All this stuff is done by an unit. So that is why we learn an unit to organize the
Okay.
stuff. But you cannot learn an unit like that. For this, you have to learn C sharp. Coming back to our project,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, when I create the project, it creates the file program.cs. CS
Mm-hmm.
means C sharp. .cs
Mm-hmm.
extension of C sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you can see that it, it creates program.cs file Static void main. This means that every time control will comes here for the first time. Now there is command to print, which is console dot write line. So now I save my project. Now I want to run this or execute my code. It will take time for the first time to execute code. Here you see that it is printing hello world.
Yes.
Okay. Now if I write one more line, console dot write line, and say that learning C sharp and one more line and Selenium. Now, when I execute my code, you will see that it is printing every time in a new line.
Mm-hmm.
To be Selenium on a single line with learning C sharp, I will write my code as console.write. Okay, okay, okay. I think, okay. And also I can put some breakpoints
Mm-hmm.
over here, or I can place multiple breakpoints over here. And one more thing, you have to put every time console dot read key. Sometimes what happens that when I install the Visual Studio, sometimes it is by default that it this option is by default. This option helps me to read to my console. But sometimes,
Okay.
but sometimes happens in maybe you can say that uh, features of your computer that it doesn't come. So every time you write the code, just do it like this. Write console.read key in the end so that you can read the code in the print. Okay,
Okay.
now debug mode. The execution of the code will be step stopped in this line. Or you can see that you can see that it is stopped here. Now
Mm.
I can press F10 and it goes to the next line. Then again F10, it goes to the next line. Now, if I press F5, my code will execute successfully. Now, the thing is that if I If I run my code, suppose there is no breakpoint here. Okay. Now, when I run my code, it stops here. Now, when I press F5, the whole code gets executed. But if I put one more breakpoint here and again start to execute my code, it will stop here. Now, when I press F5, it will go to the next breakpoint, not to the next line, but next to the
Breakpoint.
next breakpoint. Okay.
So
Now,
F5 is for
yeah, I'm writing.
one moment.
Yeah, I'm writing. uh, F5 is for executing whole code, or you can say, or to next breakpoint. Or if I want to see my code executing line by line, I can press F10. This is also a very important interview question that interview can ask you that what is difference between F5 or F10? And you can say that F5 can execute whole code or to the next breakpoint. F10 execute code by line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is very helpful that in a project when you got some errors and you don't know where is the error coming from, then you can simply apply breakpoints and debug the code and resolve the error. Okay. Now I will moving to the next topic, which is data types. So for that, I will make a new class which is known as, you can say, type data, and add to my code. Again, I have to add main method to it as now there is a data type. If I declare int I equal to 100, now this means that there is a memory location whose name is I and value is assigned as 100. So 100 has been stored inside that memory location named as I. Again, this is a very important question that what do you mean by int I? What int I represents? It represents there is a memory location whose name is I. There is a memory location whose name is I and value as assigned as value assigned as 100. So 100 has been stored inside that memory location as I. Okay. Now,
Oh,
if I want to print console.writeLine I, now one another important question that if I run my project, it will give error. And the error is that program has more than
build
one
error.
entry point defined.
Oh, we have two main class.
Okay.
Is
Now,
it?
yeah, you have to give this class as a startup class. So for that,
Mm-hmm.
for that, you have to right click on console application one, the name of your project. And here you have a startup object and you have to set as type data, which is the name of our class.
Mm-hmm.
Save it. Now, again, when I run it, you see that it is printing 100.
Mm.
Okay. Now, you have to be careful that you don't put I in double quotes, which is wrong. Okay, you have to, if I put double quotes and again run my code, you will see that it is printing I. So you don't have to put double quotes.
Okay. Yes.
So you cannot store decimal values.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose let if I say that int y equal to, you can say that it will very long digit.
Mm-hmm.
Then you are saying that it is a very long digit. There it is
Mm-hmm.
giving me error. So for that, I will use long as
Okay.
int is 32 bits and long is 64. You can see represent 32-bit signed integer and long it's a 64-bit.
64-bit signed integer.
Yeah. Now both int and long can't store decimal values.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Suppose if I give I, you can say int u equal to 1.98. Now it is giving me error. Okay, so for that we use double.
Double. Okay.
Okay, now it is not giving any error, and
Mm-hmm.
we have another data type char c equal to, and say anything, at it only one character is allowed in char. If I put double character, it will give error. Okay. Now it's store only one character, and another you can say data type is byte, which is smaller than integer. This byte has smaller range than integer. You can see that it's a 8-bit as int is 32-bit. Okay, so this is again a very good interview question, that which is smaller than int data type, and you can say that it is byte. Okay, byte range is smaller than int. Now another data type is bool, t equal to true. Oh, sorry, bool, that it can be true or false, but it cannot be empty. It has to be some value. Suppose I have int x equal to 100. Before that, okay, int y, here declare equal to 200, and int z equal to 300. And now I write console.writeLine you can say that x equals y is greater than x. Now,
Okay.
when I run my code, you can see
Oh,
that
okay. It will
it
pool
will
value.
print true. Now, this is my conditional operator.
Okay.
By conditional operator,
Mm-hmm.
you by conditional operator, I mean like greater than or l- less less than greater than or greater than equal to or less than equal to or
Mm-hmm.
equal to. For this, I will make write some code. Okay. Now less than 1 minute is remaining.
Yeah. We can do it also tomorrow.
Yeah, I
That's
will.
okay for you.
Okay, yeah, it's okay for me. Okay, then I will discuss this with you.